there. Welcome to the Real Poker Girls of Las Vegas. It's myself, Lupe Soto, and to my right, Tatiana Fox, and to my left, Rebbecca Scales. We are the Real Girls of Poker. We're excited to be here, actually. This is going to be a fun episode because this is kind of our holiday episode. We're going to talk about what's happening around town in December and what's happening for women in poker. And also, as we know, traditionally in December, it's a very giving month. So we're going to talk a little bit about Poker Gives with a special guest this afternoon. So I wanted to start off, if we could, with the Women in Poker Festival. The Winter Festival year 2 is going to be happening at the Resorts World. It's December 6th through the 10th. And it's going to be a little bit different than it was last year, just in that the real estate has gotten really, really pricey around here. Poker rooms are jamming in Las Vegas. So in order to get what we want for women's festivals of any kind, we kind of have to play with what they're already doing. And the Resorts World is also going to be running a festival at the same time. And it's going to be a 3-week long festival. There'll be the first week is all of their events. The second week will be the ladies, and the third week will be their finale. So look for that schedule coming out soon. But if you'd like to take a preview of what's happening, and it's not completely set in stone, but it's pretty darn close, just go to womeninpoker.com. We have only no limit hold'em this time, simply because there's not enough time and slots for us to have a mixed game. But we'll figure that out in some way. But that's what's happening. And also, this is the off year for the Women in Poker Hall of Fame. Oh. The Women in Poker Hall of Fame is every other year. Okay, and last year was that. But we want to make sure that the spirit of the Women in Poker Hall of Fame is still there. And so we're going to have our bounty tournament anyway. So we're gonna have the hall members who we'll have a regular bounty tournament that it's a double chip bounty. So from your buy-in, of course, you'll get $50 for anybody you knock out. But we'll have special prizes if you knock out one of the hall members who will be in the field to play. So that'll be a fun thing.
And so then, much fun, that one.
That was my favorite last year.
Isn't it fun?
So much fun.
It is fun, and we're just now starting to see who's going to be available to come and play. And of course, we'll keep all that updating for you so that you'll know who's there, who won't be there.
Are you still giving a seat away to the WPT ladies?
Well, I hope. I just am waiting for the no. It wouldn't be for that because the WPT lady starts the same day as we do. Wow. They start at 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And at 11 a.m., our first tournament is at 6 p.m. the same day. Oh, wow. So basically, for those people who either busted out of the WPT Ladies Championship, or if you have not interested in paying $1,100 for your buy-in, come and play the Women in Poker Festival, because all of our buy-ins, of course, are a lot less than that. And our championship is $360 like it was last year. And the good news is we're going to have 3 first days. So we'll have day 1A, day 1B, and day 1C. So we'll have 3 opportunities. It will be best bag forward. So if you do bag in one and you want to try again to get a bigger bag, you're welcome to come and join us. So it's best bag forward.
And let me tell all of our poker people, because in Vegas, like she said, poker is booming. And last year when I left the Hall of Fame and I went over, I had to be an alternate. So don't do your late reg pro stuff. Show up on time. Right. Because I was an alternate. And
yeah.
That's how busy it is in Vegas right now. You can't do it.
It is. And there's going to be so much happening.
Yes.
There's going to be lots of poker to be played. Everybody's kind of turned the winter season for poker in December. And of course, that's the WPT's doing. It's always had some poker, but nothing to this magnitude. So I'm excited that we have 2 major time seasons in Las Vegas, which is, of course, the summer for the World Series of Poker, and then in December for the World Poker Tour. And heck, I'm just going to say it. And then we have ladies all the time in both of those.
How do you guys feel about the WSOP throwing in the mix their series at the same time as WPT?
Well, the WSOP, in my opinion, shot themselves in the foot because they're going to be in the Bahamas at the same time as the World Poker Tour's championship here in Las Vegas. It's expensive to get to the Bahamas. It's it's a first year try. And I know how hard it is to try something new and to get it out there. Now, granted, of course, if they're the World Series of Poker, they pretty much can make their schedule and expect people to show up. And they will get players. They are going to get
Well,
players.
they're giving away seats like crazy on WSOP.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
So they'll feed it as much as they can. The challenge is that WPT knocked it out of the frickin' ballpark last year. And everybody's talking about it still. And we know, all of us who were in attendance or played in it, were just so excited about everything. You know, it's like the game was good. The festivities that they had around the games were good. The tournament structures were good. There wasn't a bad thing to say, in my opinion. I haven't heard any negativity at all, except for they did want more swag. WPT, they want more swag, just saying. So, in my opinion, WSOP kind of didn't do a good thing for themselves. What do you think?
I feel the same way. I feel like it was drama.
Drama.
I feel like you want a bracelet so much, but it's just so difficult there for intermediate players to get their accommodation. It's expensive.
Yes.
And then Vegas has everything. Like you can get a good room, all the other festivals around it. So it's like what to do,
Many, many choices for poker.
which is good
Yes. Yes.
for the average player, right?
Yeah, and you know, you'll have the WPT with the pretty significant. I mean, come on, it's the WPT, so we're going to be having really higher buy-ins there, and then but around town there's going to be some more moderate buy-ins. So it really doesn't matter if you're here for the main events or if you're here to just to play poker and enjoy, you know, all the camaraderie that Vegas brings together for poker. And of course, for us girls, we got to come back for the Women in Poker Winter Festival, because that's going to be an annual event that I believe will be a highlight for all women in poker. And we're going to do something fun and different this year.
That's my favorite.
This part's your favorite?
I love that. I love that logo and I love that whole thing. It makes me excited.
Oh, that's so great. Well, we also have one other thing that we do here in Las Vegas as poker girls in Las Vegas. And this year is the 15th year. We host what we call the PFF holiday party. And PFF is Poker Friends Forever. We coined that phrase years and years ago, and we decided to have a holiday party every year. And it's usually at one of the gals' houses here in town. It's not my house because I got a little tiny house usually, so I have to borrow all my friends who have big houses. And we all get together, and there could be 50 people there, 50 girls. It's always in December, and we potluck it, eat too much, laugh and goof around, and then we have the gift exchange. And that gift exchange, I'm sure you've heard of it, where you can steal presents from other people, after they open it. And if it's your turn, and if you like what Tat had and what she opened, you can steal her stuff and that kind of stuff. And it's always a good time. It gets fierce. This year, we're going to do a little bit of a twist. It is our 15-year anniversary of the PFF party. And because everybody's going to be in town for the Women in Poker Festival and for the WPT Ladies Championship, we're going to move it into a casino. We have and I have to say that this is a soft announcement because I don't have the contract signed yet, but it's coming. We are going to have our 15-year Poker Friends Forever holiday party at the Sahara Poker Room. We're going to take it over at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, the 5th of December. So right before the festivities start. It's just a fun night. It's a meetup game. We'll have all the ways for you to sign up. You can sign up to play. Okay, we're going to play poker and have this damn exchange. It's going to be so much fun.
Look how excited you are.
I know.
She's excited. I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared.
It's hostile. No, it's not. It's amazing.
So
they're lovely.
We're gonna offer Hold'em, No Limit Hold'em. We're gonna have Omaha games and horse for those people who want to play it, and it'll all be pre-registration. And if you don't come online and pre-register, you can't guarantee yourself a seat. And if you're late, if you're more than 10 minutes late, I'm giving your seat to an alternate. Just saying.
What about the potluck? No potluck?
We can't do a potluck.
Okay.
We can't do a potluck because you can't bring in outside food. It's a casino, right?
Okay.
We just might. Oh, have somebody bring something of this. Oh, somebody bring something of that. And, things have changed over there. But technically and officially, there will be no outside food.
Well, and they have amazing food there because they open
They
that chicken
do.
peas and they have the taco place.
They have really upped their game in their restaurants over there.
do.
I can't even tell you. Plus, if you are anybody like a football fan like I am, the Sahara Poker Room has this gigantic screen, and you're sitting right next to it. So you're like at the drive-in theater up there looking. It's a fun place to play. I like the Sahara Poker Room.
Nice.
And it's only, I think it's like 7 tables or 8 tables, something like that. But they're going to give them all to us, and they're going to close down everybody on the outside. So we can accommodate up to at least 70 or 80 players. No, not that many.
So
probably
are you
70.
Officially now putting it out in the universe, inviting everyone?
We're inviting everybody, but you're going to have to pre-register, and it'll be on the Lips site because this is going to be our first in Vegas. We are launching the Lips meetup games around the country.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to have Lips meetups games. There's going to be one in Baltimore that's coming up pretty soon. And also we're going to be in Kentucky and also in, is that New Hampshire or is it Delaware? It's up on the East Coast. It's one of those little teeny tiny states that I never could figure out what they are. But so we're going to be having meetup games all over the place because we believe that women want to get together and we want to hang out and we want to do it more casually. Of course, poker is kind of a serious game. You're playing for money and stuff, but it's easier to socialize and to have a potluck or do those kinds of things around a cash game than it is in a tournament. You know that if you carve out and say, hey, I'm going to go to this cash game, I can only be there for 2 hours. Well, you could put down your money, you could play for 2 hours, you can hang out with the girls. But if you sit down for your tournament, it might be a 6 to 8 hour, 10 hour commitment, So meetup games have their place. And I'd like to see more meetup games happening everywhere. So if you are somewhere where you want to host a meetup game for the Lips Tour, just let me know. Lupe at lipstour.com. And we got all official. We got a cool new logo for it and all this stuff. So I think that we need to have more opportunities for women to gather where they are in their homes, in their home areas. So that's going to be our meetup game out here in Las Vegas. And I know the World Poker Tour is doing a meetup game, and it's not official, but it is official. And it's going to happen somewhere around Friday, just so you know. Okay? So,
Lupe's spilling all the tea
I
today.
know. I have been sworn to secrecy, but you're my friend, so I got to let you know. So there is going to be meetup games around the festivals for the women here during that week. And, if you don't know anybody, or let's say you want to just come and hang out and you don't want to play poker, you're welcome to come, and chit-chat up the girls and whatever. In cash games, it's different than tournament play. You can actually get up on the table and not on the table, but you can come up to the table and talk with people during a cash game, which you can't do in tournament play, as we know. And we're going to have some fun things and have surprises. And, well, of course, mine is going to be more about that exchange.
And I like too that when WPT does do it, they let us play horse or they let us play games they don't usually let us play cash games in.
Yes, and that's exciting. Why at the Lips PFF we are definitely doing horse, Omaha, and then No Limit Hold'em.
I know there'll be a lot of international ladies in town, and it might be a good time to quickly mention congratulations to the WPA that announced their new international board. How exciting is that?
It is very, very exciting because, the Women's Poker Association has been heavily working since 2017 now. And, of course, the couple years, we don't count, what is that COVID kind of thing? We don't count that. So that part kind of is difficult for the world. But now in a resurgence of that, there's been a lot of really tightening the reins and getting some really strong women who are out there volunteering. And the international board, both of you are sitting on the international board, which is very exciting.
Very excited.
And the director for the international is Yvonne Montealegre, and she's just fantastic. She also runs the Malta Festival that happens twice a year in Malta.
If you have never been, that is
amazing.
I mean, I had the most fun ever.
Amazing.
And you can go to the beach all day and you can play poker all night.
So we should congratulate the girls, and I'm excited. There's an Australian on the board, Janet Willie.
Yay!
from Queensland is joining us as treasurer.
That's fantastic.
And 2 ladies from from London.
That's awesome.
We have Kerry Ann Jane and Alana Blesky.
That's fabulous.
Tell them what they do.
Which one? Alana is...
Alana owns Dreams and Queens.
Yes.
Which is my necklace that I wear everywhere, and I love Alana and my earrings. I feel like when I'm playing poker now, it's became superstitious for me. I'm like, I have to wear it. I have to wear it.
I love them. And Kerry Jane?
She runs the Hippodrome, right?
Yeah, she runs
the Hippodrome. Which is very exciting.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's very amazing.
And the Hippodrome, they actually run a ladies' event monthly.
They do.
And so, I think this is fantastic. I think that that it's going to take, what do they say, it takes a village? Well, I think it's going to take a global effort for us to really have a presence in the poker world, whether it's, in your own little neck of the woods, but supported by everybody else. And that's what's going to happen here.
Alexandra has joined us as well from Malta as secretary.
Fantastic.
So because Yvonne and Alexandra are based in Malta, that's really helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And basically what the Women's Poker Association has is a domestic front, and then they have a international. And international not being North America. So North America's one, and then international everywhere else.
And we're now starting to look for advocates worldwide. So get on our website and see if that's something you'd love to do in your poker room, in your area, to help more ladies. And we have Di Collins from Australia who's come on as the first advocate leader.
That's fabulous.
For Australia and Asia. And we have all these amazing poker rooms calling now and assigning ladies to help other ladies from China. Can you believe that?
Di Collins hit the ground running.
Well,
she just the next day we have poker rooms calling us.
The next day, the poker rooms from China. I mean, I was so excited that there's so many poker ladies in China that are so thrilled to be part of a group, an international group of ladies.
I think that really if you talk to most poker women that in anywhere, they get excited when they see other women that are playing.
100%.
I know I do. Sometimes I'll go into the poker room and I'll just scan the room and kind of do a soft count of how many women I see seating at the poker table. And still, after all these years, it's not as many as I'd like to see, No,
I agree. I say all the time, out of all the jobs I have, which I get some really cool jobs, that the most fulfilling is when I get to teach women poker.
Yeah.
I love it.
Fun.
I don't know. It's just phenomenal.
It is. I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you do.
But even at this big meetup game and thing you're having December, a lot of these ladies are coming into town. So it's going to be international.
And the rule is you have to bring a wrapped gift without your name on it, because we don't want to know who it comes from, because we want to really steal from people and then if I feel sorry because I know you, I don't want to steal it. We can't have any of that. You bring, and it can't be more than a $25 gift, and we would like it to be poker related.
That's so much fun.
Okay? It's going to be poker related. So you can be, maybe you're crafty. Maybe you're somebody who knows how to do really cool things. Do a poker thing with it. Just remember it'll be fun. And you are in Vegas, it's like every souvenir shop in the world is in Vegas with poker stuff. Just saying.
You know what I'm thinking?
I know exactly what you're thinking.
Don't you think you could take this
No,
video?
that's not what she's thinking.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to share, Tat?
Would you like to share?
Tat wanted handcuffs with poker elements on them. And I was like, that'll get stolen.
Yeah. She's like, you think if I bring handcuffs, it'll be okay? And I was like, how is that poker related? That's poker related.
I didn't say that.
I did. Yeah, I'm the bad one.
Okay, wait. I have a question, though. So the lips thing you're doing, PFS, that's very different from the 20 on 20. What is that?
Oh, well. Okay, that is very, very, very different. That's our end of the year. The PFF holiday party is the end of the year party that we do every year here in Vegas. Like I said, it's been 15 years. But next year, 2024, is the 20-year anniversary of the Lips Tour. Holy crap. And I feel every one of those 20 years. But we're very, very excited. We have a new promotion that will be happening for our anniversary year, and it's going to be 20 stops for 20 years. So right now we are booking out 2024 all over the place so that we can have women that be able to come to a Lips event in hopefully their neck of the woods in 2024. And this is a big deal.
It's huge.
I mean, 20 years, there is Well, actually, Poker Chicks, which is really not a tour of any kind, but this is the longest running poker tour for women in the world. And it's, I think, the most popular. You know, people know who Lips is, and they should. It's 20 years old, you know, and the Lips tour has been affiliated with pretty much most poker entities that are out there. Definitely the World Series of Poker helped with a big way getting the launch of the tour in the early years. The World Poker Tour allowed us to be the ladies' night when they used to have their big ladies event was a charity event. Lips was involved with the bringing the women in, and also when it went to the television portion of that, we ran a tournament, and then the winner of that got to be invited as the non-invited person on the stage. So the sixth seat on the stage, which was also a very, very big deal.
Now, in the spirit of giving.
Right. It's perfect.
Yes. We are in...
It's like December.
It's December. And, you know, we talk about poker players and we talk about the generosity that you see in the poker industry from so many poker players. I mean, you see a lot of different initiatives going around. But here in Las Vegas in 2008, Mike Sexton, very close to my heart, Linda Johnson, Jan Fisher, and Lisa Tenner got together and they said, you know, we need to do something. We need to give back. Poker is huge. We need to do something that will show the world that poker players aren't a bunch of degenerates. They're actually very loving and giving people. So they formed an organization called Poker Gives. And Poker Gives is morphed over the years. Originally, what happened is we would have events and then portions of, they each had their own charity of choice. So it was like if we raised, you know, $50,000, then it would be chopped up 4 ways and it was given to the different charities of their choice. I mean, it was like Make-A-Wish and I believe Wounded Warriors. Oh, geez, I can't remember now. It's been so many years. But that's how it was ran. And then they decided that they were ready to retire that portion of their life and go around traveling all the time, which if you know them at all, that's all they do is travel. So they turned to me, who I already had a charity running, and they asked us to take it over. And we explained to them that it was going to have a totally different kind of a look. And so they said, no problem. We now raise funds from the poker industry, either through events or donations from poker players directly. We ask poker players that come to town to donate, you know, 0.5%, 1% of their earnings while they're in town. Now, granted, this is a Las Vegas charity. It serves the people in Las Vegas. So you guys come to Vegas a lot and you use all of our resources and all of our stuff. So it's time to give a little bit back while you're here, okay? But
it doesn't even have to be much. I once donated $30 for some shoes for some school kids.
I remember. Yes, that was.
You put an urgent call out on
right.
Facebook.
And what I would like to do is I want to see, this couldn't be done by just one person. Everybody in poker and the Vegas Connected charity is a volunteer. Rebecca's on our board. I'm president of Vegas Connected. And we have an executive director who is a saint. When she ever goes to heaven, she don't have to ever worry because she's going to go straight through. She's got a crown of jewels for all her big-hearted efforts that she does in this lifetime. She's a much better person than I ever could be. And I love her to death. And I'd like to introduce you to her. So just hang on one second. We're going to go grab her and bring her in. All right, so I'm really excited to introduce you to one of my pieces of my heart, and this is Barbara Zangaro. She is our executive director of Poker Gives. And Barb, I didn't really tell them a whole lot about yourself, but I'd like you to kind of share, first of all, who you are in our industry, and secondly, how you came to be with Poker Gives.
Well, as far as poker goes, I started in 2006 at the WSOP. And I traveled in 2007 around the country. And then the Orleans offered me a position. And I started at Aria I also was at the Venetian. Then I started at Aria.
You get around.
round, get around. And then I left Vegas for a short time in 2010, and I came back, and I went back to Aria, and I stayed with them and the Orleans. I went back to the Orleans and became one of the tournament supervisors at the Orleans, and also worked at Aria full-time as well until 2020. I actually left right before COVID and just went down to one job because I'm old and I couldn't do two jobs anymore. So, and then I left the Orleans in December of last year and went back to Aria, where I currently reside, as the graveyard relief shift manager. So that's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Barb is being modest because everybody knows her.
100%.
I mean, if you play poker in town, you know Barb. You don't have to say anything else. Just to say, do you know Barb? Oh, yeah, we know Barb. Because she takes care of her players everywhere that she's at. She's amazing. If they have her on staff, they're lucky to have her. Just saying.
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So let's talk pre-poker gives. What were you doing?
Pre-poker gives. So in 2013, I had a friend who was actually, I met through poker, and she was just a very loving woman. And she would make fruit trays for her trash man and mailman and cookies, and she passed away. And I also have a brother, most people don't know this, who is homeless. He's a paranoid schizophrenic, and he's on the streets in Cincinnati, Ohio. So when Carla passed away, I was like, you know what? I need to carry on that legacy of giving and kindness. And so I started just searching for what to do. Well, Carla was an abused woman. And so I immediately went to the Shade Tree, which is the battered women's shelter here. And I said, I want to bring Santa Claus down and buy a gift for every child. And they said, well, that's okay, but you've got to do the women as well. You got to bring something for the women. I said, okay, what are we talking about? And they're like, we have 300 residents. And I'm like, wow. I said, okay, I'll make it work. So I figured in my mind, if I set a budget of like $5 per person, I could get everybody something. So I was a dealer at the time, and I just told people what I was doing, and people just started donating money. Mm-hmm. And we did our first giveaway at the Shade Tree in 2013 for Christmas, had Santa Claus there, and a little girl received a doll. And this doll was about 3 feet tall, which is about what the size the little girl was. Mm-hmm. And she went up to her mother and she goes, Mommy, Santa Claus came here for Christmas. Oh. My friend and I turned around and just started bawling. Mm-hmm. And I said, with every breath and strength I have in my body, I will never stop giving. Mm-hmm. And so I got introduced to a giveaway on G Street, which was started by a pastor. And so I just started giving, and I noticed that nobody was bringing clothing. So I started asking people, hey, you're cleaning out your closets. Instead of giving to Goodwill, give to me. Because, it was freezing outside. And the stories I could tell you about the people that come through our line, but we had mothers with children who just wanted a blanket because it was cold outside. And so, I started there. Well, then COVID hit in 2020. So I show up, 7 years fast forward, I show up to give out clothing, and the church did not show up for their regular food giveaway.
By then you're already with Poker Gives.
That is correct. I joined Poker Gives, I think we decided, 2015?
I can't remember now, but I'll tell you what happened. Barb comes up to me and she says, do you need an executive director? And I said, what?
Come on, that wasn't exactly what I said.
No, it was.
I said, I need a charity. And you said, I need an executive director.
Okay, so I like my story better. But anyway.
Sounds about right, Barb.
She goes, I just need to know a little bit about it. And I said, well, to be honest with you, we are an all volunteer organization, and everything that we collect goes back into what we're, whatever our service is. And she goes, that's what I needed to hear. Yeah. And that's basically was the marriage of Barb and Poker Gives. And we've been able to expand our services because of this woman.
Well, and it's very frustrating for me. I'm sure a lot of you know, but a lot of charities, 80% goes to administrative cost, which means 20 cents of every dollar goes to the programs,
right?
Which is, it should be reversed. Mm-hmm. And that was the one thing I told Lupe. I said, the only reason we should ever have somebody paid is if we get so big or get such a large grant that we need someone
to administer it.
Mm-hmm. And so we were both on the same page with that. So anyway, I just started
COVID, the day that COVID hit.
That's right. COVID came in. I'm there with clothing, a truck full of, I bought a truck, my own money.
Yep.
And I put it into service, and there was probably, the church didn't show up, and there was probably about 100 people there. And one of the guys yelled out, "Hey, you got any food?" And I was like, "No, I just bring clothing." I said, "Have any of you eaten today?" And like 3 people raised their hands.
Oh, wow.
And I said, "Hold on, guys."
It had already been like 3 days that we had shut down.
Right.
In COVID.
Right.
Yeah, they hadn't eaten at all.
Right. And so my friend was actually down there. She had driven my car down because we had so much stuff to give away. She had driven my car down. And I said, "Here's my credit card. Go find a pizza place that's open and buy $100 worth of pizza." I think we ended up buying $120 because we got 25 pizzas at Little Caesars. Mm-hmm. So I think they're $5 each. And I had happened to have just bought some Sunny D. And Kool-Aid packets. So I had Kool-Aid packets, Sunny D, and I told everybody you can have 1 piece of pizza, and if there's any left over, come back through the line. And everybody was so appreciative. And so I called Lupe up that night, pretty much in tears, because I was just so heartbroken. And I said, "Lupe," I said, "I don't know that the church is ever going to come back."
Mm-hmm. Everybody was afraid to come back or to do service work at all during COVID.
Right.
It was a scary time.
Yeah. Well, and what I found out was the church told them that they could not go out because they were condoning a large gathering of people, which would spread COVID. And,
right. Well, and also the demographic of the volunteers, a lot of them were elderly.
Right.
And so they were at the highest risk.
Right. So, and the priest who had started his peanut butter and jelly ministry 20 years prior, he was elderly. He used to drive down from Elko every night. It's a 4-hour drive. Wow. He would drive down to do the Monday night serving. So I called up some friends and I said, "Hey, I need some food for Monday nights." And it has just blossomed. We currently have on and on a consistent volunteer crew of about 25 people. And we have the ladies at Sun City Anthem. They cook every single week. They are a godsend, a blessing. And they have organized a whole text message group and what they're going to bring. And one person drives it down every week. And then, I've got Tanya and Leland Wolf who come. And Leland is a godsend because he unloads my trailer every week and loads it back up. And Derek, who does our beverages, Mary, who does, and Brenda Johnson come down, and Mary gets supplies from the Orleans. She's, I could go on and on about our volunteers that help to get food. And then I do want to give a shout out to some businesses. Guys, the Olive Garden donates to us. We currently have 3 Olive Gardens that we get food that they would otherwise throw away. Soups, lasagna, sausages, Chick-fil-A donates food that they would otherwise, biscuits and chicken. We have Whole Foods that donates to us, and Red Lobster, our current restaurants that give us food. So that really helps a lot. And then we have one lady every week, she says, it's my tithe, and she gives 3 tubs, huge tubs of salad every week. And we always make sure that they have a protein, a starch, and a vegetable, and something to drink. And because of you guys and your generosity, we have been able to buy a commercial coffee brewer, a commercial rice cooker,
commercial food processor.
Yes,
some
the food
warmers to keep
processor.
all our stuff warm.
Wow. And
so that's where your money's going.
Yeah, we bought a baker's rack, and I bought Lupe got a insulated cover for it because we bring down so many trays of food. We are currently feeding at least 400 people every Monday, and we're also helping out on Tuesday nights. Another lady, they used to call her the soup lady. Her name's Crystal, and she runs Zen Kitchen. But we've been helping her out as well, too, because I get a lot of food donations. So it's good to be able to give. We have a lot of charities, small charities, that work together. As they say, it takes a village. And it does take a village, because we have Trudy with the Compassion Initiative, Kim, who runs Setting the Captives Free. Kim actually took over Monday nights at G Street so that I could move down to the courtyard, because G Street still has probably 70 to 100 people that they feed every Monday night. And there are homeless encampments all over town. And I'm not going to get into all the homelessness, but Las Vegas has about 16,000 homeless people at any given time throughout the city. And a lot of them they're working. A lot of the people that come through my line,
They're the working poor.
They are. They're making $10 an hour. In fact, there's one lady, I just love her to death. Her name is Lisa. She has 3 dogs. She makes $10 an hour. She goes to work every day, but she can't afford the pet deposit. And if she does find a place that takes pets, they only allow 1 or 2 max. Well, which dog do you decide to get rid of? As a dog person,
She's got a lot of dogs.
we're not going to go there. We're not going to put on public record how much I have. So, but and that's the other thing. In fact, I didn't tell you this, but we just lost the guy who paid for all the dog food for all the dogs at the courtyard.
Wow.
He has run into some hardship with his business. Times are tough out there, guys.
For everybody.
Yes.
It is shocking how
worldwide.
much, how difficult. I mean, if it, just expenses to live has, at least gone up a third, if not half, 50% higher.
It's ridiculous.
Average 2-bedroom apartment here is $1,600, and that's not in a good part of town.
Right.
And I'll just tell you about our supplies that we buy. So we buy these compartmented trays to serve the food in. They used to be $13. They're now almost $20 for $125. If any of you have connections with Hefty, we would love some donations from Hefty from the 3-part compartment containers. We also buy cups. 300 cups cost us, $15. We've got, I think the cups are $10. We put Gatorade out every week because, one of especially in Las Vegas, when it's 116 degrees outside, the number one cause of death among the homeless or 911 calls is dehydration. And we literally serve 50 gallons of Gatorade every week during the summer. and in addition to bottled waters.
Right.
Wow.
So as poker players, how can we help you? Like, it doesn't have to be $100 donation every week, does it?
No, not at all.
Tell us.
We have a young child, for lack of better terms, who gives $5 a month.
Oh.
And that is just so sweet to me. You know, that $5 covers half the cost of our cups, you know, or your $20 covers our packaging for the food. You know, we go through 3 to 4 packages a week. So it costs us in the neighborhood of $200 a week just in packaging and Gatorade or, you know, drinks. We have a lot of people that just come down and they bring cases of water. A case of water is like $4. That's 40 bottles of water.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, back to the young man who gives $5 a month, that covers a case of water.
Right.
40 people, you know, you are giving water to.
Yeah.
So we can put the website details up, but also I know you always do a post on Facebook that if you want to come down and help in person.
Yes. So we are currently serving at the Care Complex. The address is 200 East Four Master, and we serve at 7 p.m. on both Mondays and Tuesdays.
Tell
we
them
help out.
what the Care Complex is.
So the Care Complex actually is a privately held another nonprofit. It's right in between the courtyard and the new medical center that they have built. So the courtyard was built by the city, and that's where all the homeless people sleep. If any of you from the Midwest, you're familiar with what a pole barn is. So basically it's 4 poles and a roof. There are no walls. It's a concrete slab, and they put mats out on the slab. And the people sleep. There's a men's section and a woman's section. Now, unfortunately, for the last, I'd say maybe 4 months, we have had families that are down there. There are no family shelters in Las Vegas where the father can stay. Now, Shade Tree, they do allow the mother and children, but they do not allow the fathers to stay. So the courtyard actually is allowing families to stay. They stay within a building, but all the families are in that building. And again, they're sleeping on a mat on a concrete floor, but it's better than being out in the elements. We had one young man this last week who had, this baby couldn't have been 6 months old. And we were gifted one of those play crib things. He was so excited to get that play crib for his baby. He got his food. The family all got their food. They went down. He came back up to get the play crib. And he was like, thank you so much, so much. And just being there, serving, I guarantee you, it will change your life. It has changed my life. To see these people, you get rid of that stereotype of what homelessness is. Because we have, and I'm just guessing because I don't actually take the numbers, we have about 20 families coming through the line now, all with children. We have at least 50 senior citizens that are in wheelchair, on walkers, or who are physically missing limbs or some other sort of, they've had strokes. This past week was very emotional for me. There was an elderly lady. Nobody was helping her. She had nobody, no family. No one was helping her, and she just wanted some food. She's in a wheelchair. She can't walk. Well, to get to where we serve, you have to go uphill, and to get back to the courtyard, you have to go downhill. So this lady is in a wheelchair trying to navigate uphill and downhill. So I got her a plate of food, and I took her all the way back to her bed so that she could enjoy a nice hot meal. And when I went in there was a gentleman who, I don't know what was wrong with him, but he could not get up off the bench. And I was like, have you eaten? He's like, can you move my leg? It hurts so bad.
Oh, my God.
He couldn't even lift his leg. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, I haven't eaten. I said, this is what I have. What would you like? And he goes, could you bring me some chili? Absolutely. So one of the guys that I know, because there are regular people and they know me, and one of the guys goes, Barb, do you want me to walk up there with you? Because what you can't see is I have a boot on my leg. I just had surgery. And so I don't walk very well right now. And so the guy's like, Barb, I'll go up there. I'll get the food and I'll bring it back down. And I'm like, thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate it so much. And so like I said, there are a lot of people. They work every day. And I'm not trying to brag or boast or anything. Please don't take it this way. But there's one lady that comes through our line. She had just gotten out of the hospital and she was literally in tears. And I'm like, what is wrong? She goes, I've got to go to work tomorrow, but look at my shoes. And I said, what size do you wear? And she goes, 8.5. So I just happened to have my work shoes on. I took them off. I gave them to her. She said, no, I can't take your shoes. I said, yes, you can. I have another pair at home. You go to work so that you can continue improving your life.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I think it's very interesting that you say that because I think that everybody gets affected differently. When you go and you see this, there's a couple of things that you need to understand about Las Vegas. There's homelessness all around our country, everywhere. It's severe in many places. But Las Vegas is very unique. We live in an oasis. We don't have a next town. You are in the Las Vegas Valley, and then it's desert forever. If you were to start walking those deserts, you'd be dead. So they are stuck here, and they have nowhere to go. And they either exit through either a family member giving them something to go, to be able to get out of here, or some help from somewhere to get them out of their situation. But our hospitals and urgent cares and a lot of our police and firemen, they are always being called for somebody who's in a very desperate situation.
And it's hot, yeah.
Well,
that's what I was just going to say. If we can't give money, I know we're getting ready to get cold. Can we get blankets? Can we give, is there stuff you need?
100%.
Is there things that we can get in our household?
So in the wintertime, they love hoodies and blankets.
And gloves.
Yes,
socks.
gloves.
Socks.
I call them beanies, what you put on your head. We did just get a donation from Bombas from another charity.
Yay.
So we're getting 3,000 pairs of Bombas
That's
delivered.
fantastic.
So we are going to have socks.
That's wonderful.
And in the summertime, shorts and T-shirts.
Right.
And flip-flops. Because we have people that literally get their shoes stolen off their feet while they sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So listen, we are very excited that you're getting to learn about Poker Gives. Poker Gives is from the heart of everybody who's in poker. If they could just give one hand, like if you know how much it costs for us to play one round of poker. If everybody who was in Vegas, either if you're visiting or if you're a local, if you could just find your way to pokergives.org, hit the donate button and donate one round, it will be life affecting here in Las Vegas for these people. We also have other programs that we do. You can learn all about what Poker Gives does. And remember, all your charitable donations go right back to services. The only expenses that we have, and actually it's pretty much covered by a lot of the board, or just our website expenses and that kind of thing, but everything that we do. So clean out your closets, remember us. Come
real quick, I know we're running out of time, but I do want to especially let you know 2 programs that we do. Vegas Youth Network, we're currently helping 80 homeless kids at Cimarron High School, and we just gave them a ton of snacks, and they're so excited. The counselors use them to motivate the kids. It was great. We do backpacks, school supplies, but I also want to give a shout out to Lupe, who is a veteran.
Yay.
So thank you very much for your service, and we do...
Let's get real technical here. I don't have veteran status because of the way the military worked and how I was actually given opportunity to work and get my education. I had to give back 4 years, but because I didn't go to boot camp, I don't get to be a frickin'
Well,
technical. But
you
I
still-
did serve and I did all that other stuff.
and
here
you
we are.
still get to go on base.
Oh, yeah.
And
do
so
all that stuff.
we
Still a
do have for the
veteran.
boots. So, if you like to give to the veterans, you can designate that as well, that you want that to go straight to the veterans, and Lupe will make sure that that's taken care
Oh,
of.
absolutely. And whenever you're at a Lips event and you see all that jewelry and all the hats and all that kind of stuff, we're raising funds. And go buy. If you're going to be shopping for Christmas, go buy crap from there, because that money goes right back to the services and not to, lining pockets. So please,
And if you
join
see
us.
Barb's at the Aria, just throw her a $20 bill.
Yeah, just
That's
right here. This is
simple.
for this.
That's
Here's for that.
simple.
And just so you know, I do keep it all separate.
Yeah, she does. She's always hey, by the way, I just deposited $520 from all last month of all the collecting or whatever. Yeah, she's very, very good about that. And if you would like to volunteer, maybe you're really good at something that we could help with, the website or different things like that. Give us a call. It's Lupe at pokergives.org or Barb at pokergives.org. And, we could really use your assistance. You guys, there's a lot of holiday fantastic things happening. We have, between poker in December out here and getting together and I call it the reunion of the heart when all the women get together and come to town. I love that. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can help out here while you're here in Vegas, or if you're a local, please go visit us at pokergives.org and learn more about who we are and what we do.
Thank you for your service, Barb.
Thank you, Barb. You're
I mean,
amazing.
nobody works harder
amazing.
than this one right there.
That is 100%
Thanks
true.
for coming in today.
Yes.
too.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks for
Yeah.
giving me the platform to tell what we do. And I'm telling you, it's from the heart, and it will change your heart. So
Yeah.
come join us.
Yes. And that's it from us at the Real Poker Girls of Las Vegas. And Barb's a Real Poker Girl of
I
Las
am.
Vegas.
She is.
And we will see you again in our next episode.